Hello, Porters. I'm Caleb Espino, reporter for Caleb Create and the Porter Broadcasting Network. Welcome to the Caleb Report. On today's episode, we are going to visit the Robotics Club as they practice for their big tournament coming up soon. Rockport is hosting the last tournament of the season on February 8th. Two of the teams have already qualified for state. More teams will try to qualify at the tournament. Let's head to the Maroon Room and learn more from the teams. Hi, I'm Kilo Espino. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Mr. Mostyn.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Mostyn. Are you the head coach or the assistant coach?
I'm the head coach of the robotics program.
Oh, well, okay. So, do you know who's the assistant coach?
Yes, Miss Sullivan and Mr. Salick are the two assistant coaches.
Oh, yeah. Did you know Miss Sullivan? She used to be my digital pathway teacher.
Oh, she's a great teacher. I work with her a lot. She's in my department.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry about her. She wasn't here today.
Yeah, I think she's getting better right now.
Yeah, I hope she's feeling good.
I've heard that she's getting better and she'll be back soon.
Well, it depends if she's feeling better.
Right, exactly.
So, what is the robotics team?
Well, we actually have lots of teams. We have more than 10 teams. We have probably 12 or 13 teams. They all have about 4 or 5 people in them, and they all compete against each other and other schools at competitions, and they play the game. This year's game has rings and stakes, and they have to put rings on stakes. That's the big part of the game this year.
Okay, so when is going to be the robotics tournament?
Oh my goodness. We have a tournament that we're hosting here at East Campus. It's going to be on Saturday, February 8th, so this upcoming Saturday.
Wow. Okay. So is it going to be the morning, afternoon, or the evening?
All three. So we start at 7:30 in the morning with inspections and checking in. We start matches around 9:30, and we'll go all the way till about 5:30 or so.
Oh, okay. So how does all the students to build a robot?
Well, they use a process called the engineering design process. It helps them to figure out how to get started. They learn the game first, and then they come up with brainstorming ideas. They sketch some of their ideas out, and they try to build it, and then they test it. Today, you're seeing a lot of the robots that have been built. They were at the end of the season, and they're doing last-minute testing and trying to tweak their robot to make it perfect before Saturday.
Well, okay. So how long does it take when the students build the robot?
Well, most of these students started in August, and it's February now, so that's almost 6 months. They can get a robot working within a month or so, but then they keep building it to try to do the things that are in the game.
Hey, what are your names?
My name is Owen.
I'm Colton.
I'm Zachary.
Hey, nice to meet you too. So what are your team names?
So our team name is 60441C, Memento Vulcan.
Well, what does that mean?
So Memento is Latin for remember, and Vulcan was our team name from last year. So because our team last year decided to kind of split up this year, we decided to kind of reminisce on that with the Memento.
Okay, so and what is this robot called? Not that robot.
We don't really have a name for our robot.
Oh, that's okay. So how does a machine work, Coach? That machine right over there.
So this is our conveyor belt system for picking up the rings on the field, and they pick up down here and go all the way up and get loaded onto the mobile goals and scored as points.
Okay, so what are you looking for or to about the tournament?
Really, we're just hoping that we can make a good impression and make sure that we last long and, make our school proud. So we're just really have really high hopes for the next competition coming up, which is here in Lockport this Saturday, actually.
Okay, thanks for talking about it, boys. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
How does the students drive their robot?
How do they drive it?
Yes, sir.
So there's 2 ways that they drive it. One way is with a controller that kind of looks like an Xbox controller, and they actually decide what the buttons and joysticks do as they build their robot. They can get more complex with their joystick and buttons on the controller. But another way that they drive, and actually Owen and Colton's team right here are going to do it in a second. They can write code to make their robot move all by itself. So they write instructions for what the robot should do, and then they can actually make the robot move around without touching the controller at all. So that's the other way that they can drive it around.
Oh wow. What is the code of the robotics team?
Code is a set of instructions that the robot can understand. So there's a few different languages that the students can use, languages of code. Some of my students use C++, some use Python, and some use a language called Scratch.
Well, okay. So, can you explain what's the most difficult about the robotics this season?
This season, the game is really, really hard this season. Getting these rings right here and picking them up and putting them on a stake, it takes a lot of different movements with the robot. It's hard to score points this year, so the students have really been working extra hard just to do kind of some of the simpler things with the game this year. But I'm really proud of them. I can't wait for Saturday to see all of their work over the last 6 months come together.
Hey, what's your names?
I'm Sam.
I'm Icarus.
Alright, so Sam, can you tell what's your team name? Or you don't have any of your team name?
Our team name is Aftershock.
What's an Evershock?
Aftershock is, do you want to say it?
We're not really sure where the name came from because Aftershock has been a team since freshman year, but we joined the team, or I joined at least sophomore year. He joined
I joined this year.
So we're not exactly sure the history of our team name. But I guess if I had to think of anything, our team's so good will leave you shocked. Aftershock.
Oh, wow. So, can you explain what are you doing with your robot right now?
Yeah, so we're actually trying to make the intake system. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get this stake to get the right angle. So then this little donut thing can actually go into it. So if I test this out right now.
Take your time.
See, it just goes over. But we're trying to get it to go into the stake like that.
It's very nice to meet you guys.
You too.
Nice meeting you too. Thanks.
How many opponents that they're going to play against you of the robotics team?
Well, on Saturday, we're hosting a tournament with 46 teams. So we'll have about 10 or 11 teams, and then there will be about 30 or 35-ish teams from schools across Illinois, from about 8 or 9 different high schools. And then I have a few teams that are going to compete at the state championship at the end of February, and they're looking to try to hopefully qualify for the world championships that are in Texas this year.
That's all the edition of the Kid Report. We will see you there. Go Porters! That was great. It was so interesting to learn about robotics. Thanks for letting me to see your practice space and learn all about it. Good luck at the tournament. That's all for this edition of the Kid Report. Until next time, go Porters!